Hello, I'm Derek Smalls, and you're watching, or listening, or both, to Rock Shop Live with Eric Broadbent. He's the Bent Broad.
You're watching Rock Shop Live, brought to you by Stewart Travel Guitars. See the incredible stowaway travel guitar at stewartguitars.com. Also brought to you by Idea Bench, makers of hot rod-inspired pedal boards and pedal board accessories at ideabench.com. Microphones for Rock Shop Live are brought to you by Rode Microphones. Now here's your host from Ontario, Canada, guitarist Eric Broadbent.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Wednesday to you all. Welcome to Rock Shop Live. First time we've done a guitar jam in probably about 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, something like that, since we did some Yamaha jams. Junior was kind enough tonight to let me borrow some of his new headphones he's got for his VR set, because the headphones I have are horrible. They sound like two Dixie cups with a piece of string between them. So nice to see you all here. We're going to do a little bit of talking about a few of my favorite guitars here tonight. Going to show you one that Junior and I just finished. This is actually his, and I'm having a hard time not stealing it from him all the time, but paybacks are a bitch because, you know, he's always coming down here, Dad, can I borrow this guitar? Can I borrow that guitar? And I never see it again. So I'm kind of being selfish tonight and enjoying his guitar. But I'll tell you a little bit about this one. Excuse me. And I apologize for being late. So thank you very much for hanging over in the chat there for a few minutes. I was talking to my good friend, Saul Goodman, on Twitter a few moments ago. He's over in the chat right now as well, too. And I was saying I probably wasn't going to go live because YouTube was down. YouTube was down global for a short little bit. Not too bad. Sandra had told me before, too. She was watching some of her shows that she likes, and while she was trying to, and everyone was complaining that it was going down or was down, stuff like that. So we're back. That's hence the reason for me being a couple minutes late. I'll switch off to a bigger screen here when we get playing in a moment, but we'll go through some guitars. I took out 5 of my favorite guitars tonight, and it's funny, you know, those of you that have, you know, more than one guitar, or even if you just have one guitar, you know, it's a real special thing to you. But if you have more than one guitar, you'll know that there's no two guitars that are the same. And even a couple of my guitars I have are duplicates, exact mirror duplicates of one another. And I even find differences with them as well, too. Like, you know, maybe just the wood feels a little different, or maybe one's a little bit more temperamental than the other. So I picked out 5 of them, and I'll tell you what I love about each of them, which ones tend to be my favorites, and, you know, which ones, you know, if you're in a pinch, you know, you tend to gravitate towards. I'm sure you all have those kind of things, and be anxious to hear some of your thoughts in the chat as well, too. Which ones are your favorites and why? You know, not of mine, but I mean, you can also comment on mine, say, oh, I like that one. I don't like the sound of that one as much, blah, blah, blah. But share your stories in the chat of what guitars that you own and you know, what's special about them aside from another one. Let's say hi to a bunch of people. There's Sean Close jumping in earlier. I'm not sure if he's still here. And Landshark Mark was here earlier checking in around 8:30 just to make sure everything was happening. My beautiful Nocturnal Butterfly Sandra Lee is here. Edwin Crane. Zach Thong is here. Az is here. I'm going to start calling you Az. Is that cool, AZ? Let me see. Saul Goodman Twitter, as I was just mentioning. Nice to see you again, or at least have you in the chat here. Carlo Santin is here. Carlo, congratulations on, I believe, your son's wedding the other day. Fantastic. Way to go. Very, very happy for you. You have a beautiful family. Let me see here. Continuing on, Mrs. Wexler is here. Some people from our Gillaverse. Obviously, several people here from our Gillaverse show, our new show that we do on Friday nights. And we're going to be moving Rock Shop to another night. Wednesdays work really nice for the guitar jams, but I have a few people that have been expressing some interest in coming on Rock Shop, musicians again. So I want to make sure that we're dedicating a night to that. And I might do it Saturday afternoons or something so we can, you know, get some more people, different time zones. It's a little bit more friendly for them. Speaking with Katie Cole today on Twitter, had her on the show some time ago. She's from Smashing Pumpkins and solo recording artist as well too. Phenomenal musician. She's deeply interested in coming back on. So I said I'd set something up with her before Christmas. So that'd be fun. Do some stuff like that. And I'm going to make sure these guitar jams are a little bit more frequent as well too. I've been playing a lot since Eddie has passed. You know, rest in peace, Eddie Van Halen. I've been playing probably about 90 minutes a day every day. It's hard to budget that time. You know, being that I'm a small business owner working from home, it's hard to budget that time, you know, and a lot of times I just get lazy. I don't want to touch the guitar if I got other things to do. And, you know, it's forced me to play. And I've seen some improvement in a lot of areas where, you know, I was struggling, or I would be just kind of rushing through point A to point C, you know, forgetting about B in the middle. And this, okay, if I could kind of make B kind of mushy in the middle and I get to C, I'd be happy. Now A, B, and C is coming along nicer. The execution throughout, you know, the phrasing and things like that is getting better. Endurance is getting better, accuracy is getting better. And that's all because the inspiration, it just hit me overnight. I had a lot of my friends saying they haven't touched guitar since he passed away. And I said the opposite. I said, pick up your guitar and just play through it. If you lose someone in your family, God forbid, Eddie was kind of like family to all of us. But if you lose a family member, I know I have a couple friends. I had one friend who lost his son, and he's a avid musician, and he didn't want to touch his guitar. I said, pick up your guitar, and your guitar is good therapy for you. So it's helped me. It's helped me tremendously. So we're going to keep on going with that. And I'm loving the boys' headphones too. And I don't know if I want to give them back. Thomas Maynard is here. Nice to see you. Mike Haas is here. Awesome. I think I might have Never Too Late. Larry's here. Kurt S5150. Ed B. And hopefully I don't miss anybody. I think I've got everybody. So let's tell you a little story about this one. Let's jump over to the bigger cam here for a sec. Here we go over here. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to tip the camera a little tiny bit as well, too, if I can. One-handed is not the easiest, but that's... Okay, we'll do that. I'll lift up the guitar. So, this is a guitar that we picked up. I was going to a music store one day to get... I was either getting something for the boy for Christmas, or I was picking up some strings, or it was something simple. And about 2 years back, and they had this. This is one of those OLPs, like the license by Music Man, license under Music Man patents, whatever. It was the OLP MM1. FR for the Floyd Rose. And I'll be honest with you, the Floyd Rose license trem that came on that was the most absolute piece of garbage. I mean, I'd rather not have a Floyd Rose at all than to have the Floyd Rose that was on that. But it was like dirt cheap. But the cool thing was it had these aren't the same pickups. It had John Petrucci's signature pickups in it. And I ended up taking those out eventually, and I gave them to my friend up in London. And he put him in his guitar right away. Okay, got Karina in the chat too. Nice to see you. Scott Roos as well too. Thanks guys for jumping in. Tactical 6-string. Nice to see you. So I gave the pickups to a buddy, and the price of the guitar was was worth it alone just for the pickups. So this guitar just sat in pieces. We took it all apart. It's been sitting in storeroom and different. We've moved storerooms around the house. We've traded rooms. It was just sitting in pieces for the longest time. And Sandra and I and Junior were going to do like a family project, and we were going to do a hydro dip. And it's probably good that we didn't. If Sandra would have did it, she probably would have did a good job. But I'm very impatient when it comes to painting guitars, as you can see by the chipping already. It didn't do a very good sanding job. I'm very impatient when it comes to doing guitars. Back when I was a teenager, painting the 5150 Kramers and all that kind of stuff, I'd paint them, and then about 40 minutes there, I'd say, "It feels like it's dry, right, Dad?" And I would just, and I would just put all the strings and the neck and everything back on, and I'd have fingerprints and pieces of tape stuck on the guitar because I would not wait a couple of days. So Junior's like, over the past month, he's like, "Dad, can we start," or actually longer than that, probably, just early into COVID, Junior's saying, "Can we build that guitar?" and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's a project, bud. If we're going to do it, we have to allocate the time. It's something you don't just do overnight and you're ready to go. You can, but you do it right. And so about a month back, he starts getting into it again. "Can we do the thing?" He goes, "Let's go buy some paint and paint that guitar." I said, "Well, I thought we were going to do a hydro dip." He goes, "No, let's just paint it." And I'm like, "Well, we're getting into the cold weather here. It's, we're on our way into winter. It's certainly not favorable for painting." And then we decided, okay, well, we're going to do it. So he wanted some fluorescent pink and some fluorescent green. So we did that, sanded the guitar down, painted it. And so we did a little bit of upgrading on it. We took, I had a couple Epiphone pickups, Pro Buckers, I think they're called, something like that. They were just sitting on the shelf. They were never only used once in the guitar that it came in, and we upgraded the pickups on that. So I had that. I've got a few extra EVH Floyd Roses kicking around the house here. I've got so many different pieces, like they're not all together. So I had to, rob Peter to pay Paul kind of thing. So they say I took pieces off of this, pieces off of that, and got a EVH Floyd Rose on it, which is currently floating. Upgraded the switch to a real nice 3-way Switchcraft, and the jack actually you can't see the jack. I got a Line 6 wireless plugged in right now, but it's a Switchcraft jack as well too. So to be honest with you, it plays as good as some of my $800, $900, $1,500 guitars, and there's probably $300 in this guitar at very, very most. It's floating right now. The action is like super, super low on it, so I'll play one song on it tonight. See if we got any tone here happening right now. It plays really freaking nice. All right, Since Landshark's Mark is here, we'll play one of his theme songs here. Let's crank up some volume on my headphones. All right, got some good mix here. I've got Jamin music. Nice. Guitar Man 45. It plays really freaking good. I mean, I like it. I like it. He's got a good guitar there. He's really happy as well too. It's just nice to have him something that's his guitar. This was his idea of the paint job. He did 99.9% of it, just with a little bit of assistance from me. And we did tape off all the original siding and the backing, so we were able to preserve the binding. Looks quite nice. I like that. Nice. Thanks, guys. All right. He's gonna steal that. I think I might. All right, let's get the laptop unmuted. Okay, and I'll mute my microphone here. I'm hearing some banging. That might be one of my cats. Not sure. We have 2 kitties here in the house now. For those that haven't been around the show for a while, Headstock Harem is here too. We have 2 cats. They almost look identical. One's the mom, one's the daughter, Windy and Gypsy. One of them may make an appearance. We shall see. All right, let's get this one going. This one's for Mark. Song called Fantasy, or otherwise known as the Stripper Song. All right, here we go. First time playing this guitar live on the air. Oh, there goes one. That is Gypsy, I think. It's so funny to listen to them. apologize for the dropout there for a sec. There's a volume control, right? You probably can't see it on these headphones. First time I used these headphones and I rolled it. I didn't even realize it, and I thought maybe my cord went out or something. I was trying to find what the problem was, and it rolled the volume down to next to nothing. And I rolled it back because I went over to my headphone amplifier and cranked it there, turned it back up here, and almost killed myself. Saul Goodman Twitter super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. You're so kind. I appreciate that so much. And yeah, getting some comments on the guitar. It's not bad, right? I would like pickups a little hotter, but I mean, we can always compensate. I'm using Line 6 Helix right now. I can compensate. And the headphones, these are Logitech headphones, Ed B. These are the new ones that are made exclusively for the Oculus Quest 2 VR system. Actually, very, very nice. I mean, they're not a studio phone. It's nothing you'd use for, recording. Well, you could, but they're noise canceling, which is nice. I hear nothing in the room, which is nice. And they sound really good. So I just bought him the boy tonight. He's got a nice other pair up there too. And the deal was when I got him these ones, he was going to give me his other ones, but he likes his other ones too. So he's going to keep those. But they sound really good for me. When I'm playing with my headphones, I want it to sound like my power cabs or, my reference monitors. And these give me a pretty good representation. Let me see if I missed anybody else. Price of Reason is here. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Awesome. That's a fantastic YouTube channel. All right. I'm going to mute the Helix for a second. I'm going to grab another guitar and we'll start talking about some of these other guitars, why I like them and things of that nature. All right. We'll just leave that there. Okay. Let me just put the headphones down here for a brief moment. I'll be right back. I know a lot of people like when I bring this one out here. This is a 2015 Kramer Pacer Deluxe, vintage Pacer Deluxe. Everything is 90% stock on this guitar, except the only thing I've done on this one is I've taken off the FRT 1000 that comes on the guitar. It'd be a Korean-made Floyd Rose. Nothing wrong with it. They're phenomenal trems, but I upgraded it to, and as I talked about earlier for the people at the top of the show, I took a whole bunch of pieces from other Floyd Roses, and so I've got a Floyd Rose original German on here. I haven't upgraded the brass block yet. Gonna do that next, but I do have the red noiseless springs in the back. And what's funny about this guitar, playing it acoustically, it's the Buzz City. It's almost like the strings are sitting inside the neck. It's that low. It's almost unplayable the way I have it, but I have it set that way perfectly. When you're playing electric, amplified, you barely even notice it. So it's very, very special. I use this for a lot of my Van Halen stuff. I'm probably not going to play any Van Halen tonight, just because I don't know where my mojo is at the moment. But maple body, and it's very heavy. You're up in a Les Paul category of weight, quite heavy, but the tone on this thing is to die for. Let's put the Helix back on. Stock pickups, JB in the Duncan JB, in the bridge and the JN, whatever, in the neck. And like I said, the action is super low. I probably can't even show you, but it's stupid low. See if I can get it past this microphone. Sorry for the rumble. I mean, it is stupid low. Stupid low. Whoops. Sorry about that. Mr. Hellstorm asks, how do you like the new Kramer Berettas? I love them. I think they're great. I don't have one yet. I'm going to probably pick one of those up. I think they're really nice. I'm a big fan of the guitars. The way they're designed right now, I don't think they're really interchangeable. If you want to swap an old Kramer neck on a new one, you can't. And I know that for a fact because I went to put a custom Kramer plate on the back that I had Gary Kramer gave me, and it wouldn't even fit. So it's a different pocket. And what they've started to do now as well, too, they're using more of a mini spring cavity in the back as well, too, spring claw cavity and stuff like that. So they've changed a few things, but I find myself playing this guitar a lot, and upgrading the trem to a real Floyd Rose was a blessing as well. So we will give this one a, let me see here. Is there different lighting there? The video seems more contrasty than usual. It's probably my light. It is probably my lighting, Scott. Let me see if I can bump up a bit more lighting. That's what the problem is. I don't have as much gain on my lights here. Let's fix that a bit too. And Scott, being a photographer, he would notice that for sure. And I just dimmed it down the other day. I was doing something different here for a different show, and the lighting was too much for that. So that brings up a little bit more here as well too. how about we do this? How about we do some Runaway? Lots of sustain on this guitar. We'll just see where we are for levels here. Actually, you know what? No, we won't do Runaway yet. Hey, Timothy, nice to see you. Let me see here. Saul says, guessing you can't play any song, huh? New to this guitar stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of things I can't play on here for copyright, and that's why I tend to play my music, and people, if you get sick of it, I apologize. But I don't get my own copyright strikes, right? So that's why I tend to play mine a lot. Nice to see you here, Timothy. Play a song called Runaway. No, actually, no, sorry. We're going to play Fall Silent. Just want to make sure that we have a good level. I just want to make sure I didn't miss a message here. Sandra's sending in a message. Oh, yes, we got that. Yeah, how do you like the new Berettas? Yes, I got that. Okay, here we go. Let's get rid of this mic again. Okay, so this Kramer's feeling pretty good. I think we'll keep her for one more song here. We got 5 guitars to go through tonight. Thank you, Timothy. Listen to that sustain, right?
I
That's Sustain again. A couple super chats. Thank you so very much, gentlemen. Mike Haas, Dig That Riff Brother. Thank you. Thomas Maynard. Thank you. Awesome. Dave Briscoe, I saw him in here. Thank you so much. He was saying he liked that song. I think that might have been Fall Silent, possibly. Who else have I missed here? Brad Miller, nice to see you, buddy. And you know Brad Miller, when Brad Miller shows up, he's going to get one of his favorite songs. And that's one of the things we're doing tonight. We're going through different guitars and seeing how, you can see how I'm reacting differently to them. There's nothing really different. Honestly, you're going to approach guitar, when you pick up a guitar, it should feel natural to you, and you shouldn't have to fight a guitar. You shouldn't have to don't let the guitar control you. So I played two guitars, however similar, with two humbuckers, completely different guitars, basswood body compared to a maple, all that kind of thing. So we're adapting here a little bit. We're going to switch guitars in just a moment. Let me see here. Do I miss anything else? Oh, so Stefano Det's here, and he's also saying, going to buy my Marshall JCM 2000 DSL 100 maybe this week, Eric. Perfect shape. Good luck to you. Let me know when you get it, how you like it. I had a good buddy of mine on Facebook last night too message me and asked me about a deal. He got a PV 5150 combo, 212 Eddie Van Halen signature for like $350. I was like, he asked if it was a good deal, and he ended up on top of that, I think from the same buyer, I think it was $375. Even at that price, I've seen them go for like that's, a few years ago before Eddie. Obviously, Eddie just passed, a month ago, but a few years ago on the market, you'd find those things anywhere from $350, $500. Even at $500 would be an okay price. And with Eddie's passing, everything's gone crazy with pricing, and I've seen them go as high as $700, $800 for a 5150 combo, even higher than that. He ended up bringing it that home. 5150 overdrive MXR pedal, and I don't know what the other pedal was. It looked like a Chorus or something. It wasn't. It was another brand, and he got it all for like $350. It's like, dude, you scored. You can easily down the road, if you ever decide to sell that, you could make your money hand over fist. So you're out. He made an investment. Very, very good on him, and nice to see him getting a 5150 combo. Those things. I used to have several of those when we would play with the band. I would use a 5150. Like way back in the day, with the PVs. I used to endorse PV back in the would it be the late 90s or early 2000s, something like that, somewhere in that neighborhood. And I would use a 5150 100 watt 2412 for my rhythm and dirty, and then I would have an AB box, and I'd switch over to the 5150 combo for my clean. And every once in a while too, I would slave the amps, and it was just amazing tone. So good on him for getting that good deal. Very cool. And thanks, Sandra, for sharing the Finding Core live as well too. So let me see. We've played a couple songs with this guitar, right? Let's mute this one. All right. Okay. Helix rack is muted. It's so fun with you guys tonight. I'm really having a great time. And I promise more guitar stuff coming for you. Let me see. What guitar we're going to grab next? Okay. I'm going to grab my new Yamaha Revstar. Bear with me for one moment. Okay, we're back. Whoops. My first ding. Nope, it's good. So probably about 2 months back. Well, this goes all the way back to NAMM, Winter NAMM, which seems like a year ago, almost. Super chat from Don Campbell. Best ticket to a show I've ever spent. Thank you so much, Don. I appreciate that. Thank you so very, very much. Cannot thank you enough. Let me see here. Az was asking if that patch was available for Pod Go. So that was my Helix Trifecta preset. So that one isn't in my Pod Go suite yet. I will get that one right away, and I'll get that on the website. I think Sandra shared the link, line6helixpresets.com. I see. I can't just copy those presets over to Pod Go, or I can't take Pod Go presets and bring them back over to Helix or HX Stomp and things like that. It's a different architecture or language, or so to speak. But I'll make that one for you. I have to literally copy the settings, setting by setting by setting. And I'll make it very affordable. It'll probably be like about $5.99 or something like that. I'll put it up on the website over the next couple of days if you like that. So I'll make that happen for you. Let me see. So at Winter NAMM, we started talking to the fine folks at Yamaha Guitars, and we put some things in motion, and we were going to get a couple guitars from them, and then COVID hit, and it was I probably would have had the guitars had it not been for COVID, because that shut down, especially things coming from overseas. The global shipping shipping chain was just cut down. Like anything coming from overseas, nothing was coming in. And then when shipping started to resume again, they were naming their own price, like the shippers, like when we're talking freight coming across on tankers with what do you call them, the train cars with, full of gear and from everybody over there. So that delayed everything. I would have had these guitars probably by June, while this one came, the white one that can you see it? It's hanging up right there. It's the one model higher than this one. That's a 720BX, when the BX stands for Buzby bridge on that one. So I got that one first, probably about a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago. And then this one I got just a few weeks ago. And the nice thing is, even though they came in from overseas, they go to Yamaha Custom Shop, and then they did all kinds of, they dressed the frets. They did everything right to my spec. Absolutely love this thing. And it didn't come with locking tuners. That's the one on the wall back there did, the Yamaha locking tuners, but Yamaha sent me the locking tuners, and I put those on myself as well too, and I absolutely love it. So a dual humbucker design, neck through, set neck I should say. This is, I think, a Yamaha's answer to Les Paul. Mahogany body, maple top. And the funny thing is about this, some of you know I had a nice Les Paul. I picked up a used traditional last year sometime, and I sold it, to help with NAMM and things like that. And I missed it for quite a bit. And I actually missed it a lot. And then I got this guitar, and I don't miss a Les Paul at all. To me, I find this plays like my Les Paul I had. The neck profile is the same. I even had some buddies, a good buddy of mine, musician friend in Toronto. He was watching me play a couple different times with the white one. He's like, "What is that guitar you're using?" And he's a Les Paul player. He goes, "It's very intriguing. Tell me more about it." So that was very cool. I really enjoyed it. I was actually excited that it piqued his curiosity. So they were very kind. Sent me a couple of these guitars in some beautiful cases, and I've been playing them a lot. I tend to play this one a lot, and the action is just a hair higher on this one than it is on the Buzby. And I'm not going to adjust it. It's because it's nice to pick up a different guitar and not just feel like you're playing the same guitar with a different color. Like it's you have different personality with it and those kind of things. So let's see what we got with this one. And it actually has a dry switch on it, which a lot of people might think it's like a split coil, but it's not really. It's a push-pull on here, and it just puts in a high-pass filter, and it lets like it cuts out some of the low frequencies and just lets the especially when you're on the lead, just cuts right through. Let me see here. Okay, let's put the helix back on. I find there's nice clarity to it. Okay, what can we play with this one? We could try. All right, how about we do this? All right, I'll do a song for my mom, Shirley. And watch this too. Watch when I pull that dry switch. Okay, back pickup. That's what's the dry switch engaged. Before we get going here as well, too, just before we jump into the song, I'm surprised it's taken me this long to mention it, too, but it's something very, very important. I should have mentioned it right off the top, but now we've got everybody here. If there's anyone here that's in the military or your families that have served here in Canada, we have what's called Remembrance Day here today, and I know over on the United States side, the USA, it's Veterans Day, so we're very, very grateful for those that have served. My dad didn't serve in the war, but he was in the Canadian Navy, and he was in the Air Force, I believe. So we are greatly appreciative of everything that you have done, and your families and grandfathers and grandmothers, and all those people that have selflessly fought, and the bravery that they had for us to be able to just sit here and play guitar on YouTube. It's pretty darn cool. It's easy to take for granted sometimes. I've taken it for granted. You take your freedoms. You just wake up and you got a beautiful sunny day, and you don't think about it, but we wouldn't have those things if it wasn't for people that are a lot braver than us. All right, let's hop over to a song. Let's play Shirley. Sorry for kind of just playing some chords here, but we'll get rocking here. More importantly, it's nice to talk about Veterans Day and Remembrance Day as well. I must have hit something wrong. Just give me one moment. Sorry about that. Try that again. Okay. I think we might be okay. Let's hit this.
Okay, are you ready yet?
All right, that's a song called Surely That's for My Mom, and that's on the Yamaha Revstar RS620. E string, so just a hair. From Miss Wexler, this stream has been absolutely perfect because I wasn't able to figure out what music I wanted to listen to tonight, and the stream just solved my problem. Awesome. I'm glad we're problem solvers, and it's nice to have you here, and I'm glad that you're enjoying the music. All right, you know what? We'll keep this one here. And maybe what we'll do here on this one, you know what? I'd like to play Runaway, but I might do that on my Wolfgang. But you know what? Let's we'll play Runaway on this one. Let's drop it down. We'll be switching over to, we got 3 more guitars to go through here in a sec. What time we got? Oh geez, okay, we'll boogie through these. Lots of harmonics on this one. All right, here we go. And Gary Tholder shows up as the official harmonics counter. Thank you for the super chat as well. Nice. Thank you very, very, very much. I really appreciate that. So yeah, you can see this is a fun guitar to play as well too. Different dynamics. The pickups aren't as hot of an output as the other. And I think I'm actually going to I'm going to put some chrome covered EVH Wolfgang pickups, the Wolfgang bridge and Wolfgang neck in this guitar. I love the pick. I love the output of them as they are. And I said I wasn't going to change anything in this guitar, but I am, just because this is going to be one of my main guitars in the Revstar line, and I wanted to have just a little bit of extra sass. So I'm going to put the EVH Wolfgang pickups in here. All right, so I said I had 3 other guitars. I will try to get through them. I may just get through 2. So let me grab another guitar here. We'll be right back. Thank you so very much. Okay, so this is a Line 6 not the JTV. This is the Shuriken SR250, the 25 inch scale, as opposed to the baritone one that we have as well too. So it's got all the model. I shouldn't say modeling, but it's got all the Variax stuff in here. So you can have like Les Paul, Strats, Telecasters, all that kind of cool stuff. You can have 12 string, 6 string, dobro, all that kind of crazy stuff. I'm not going to be using it for a Variax tonight. I'm just going to use it as a tuned down guitar half step. We'll play a little bit of stuff with it. Thomas Maynard, super chat. Thank you, sir. Thank you so very, very much. So what I like about this guitar is kind of it, for me, it's kind of in the Van Halen scheme of things. You know, it's got a 1 pickup. It's hard to see. 1 humbucking pickup. No Floyd Rose, of course. But ebony fretboard, fingerboard, which is very, very nice. And I use lizard spit stuff. I have it right here. I'm glad I thought of this to do this. I've never been a person to use string lube. I used to hate string lube, and even the thought of putting lube on strings. See, I'm really emphasizing that word lube for some reason. Weird. But Lizard Spit sent me a bunch of stuff about a year ago, over a year ago, a couple years ago, and it was polish and fret conditioner and all that kind of stuff. And one of the things was the Fresh and Easy string lube, right? And I thought, it sat on my shelf for the longest time. I'm like, I better try this because I have to at least give them an honest answer how I like it. And it's one of those things, maybe on the next guitar, Brad, I'm going to plug in another Variax in a moment. But anyway, so I put the stuff on, and what I do, it's like a bingo dabber, right? And I'm telling you, this is, hear me now, believe me later. I'm like Vincent Shamwell. I can't do this all day. It's like a bingo dabber, right? So what I do, I'm going to just put the microphone up a little higher for a sec. I'll take the dabber, all right, and I'll just put it on the strings like this. And it's not coming out by tons. You can see some. All right, like that. And then I take a microfiber cloth. Don't use the same one that you use to polish your guitar. So I have one you can feel it. It's kind of damp and dingy, like from using this stuff all the time. But that's a cool thing because you don't need a lot because there's still some in the rag at all times. So usually what I do is I have one colored microfiber cloth for a guitar polish cloth and something bright yellow like this I know not to use because you'll get streaks on the guitar and stuff, right? So you just wipe off the strings. Right, and sometimes you want to use some aggressive motion. Sometimes it'll do 2 things. It'll rejuvenate your strings. If you've got some old strings, it makes them sound like new, like for a short bit. And just gives it's a fretboard conditioner, and it just gives you slip and slide without being greasy. It's not like putting WD-40 or Vaseline on your guitar. It's just slight additives for it. And then here's what I do as well too. So once I've wiped off the string, I wipe off the back of the neck too. I polish the neck. Okay, and it may look greasy, but it's not. So I've run my hand over it. There's no greasy residue. Like I have a greasy complexion as it is, so there's probably more grease on me before I even put this on. Very, very smooth. Now, another thing you want to make sure you do when you're using a microfiber cloth like me, you look sometimes, and I'm using a yellow cloth, and I'll see little tiny pieces of yellow lint kind of piggybacking on a piece of string trying to hitch a free ride, and you want to just kind of flick those off because they will, believe it or not, one little piece of lint or a couple pieces of lint will slow your vibrations down to your string. And if you're, most people aren't going to hear it. I probably can't even hear it myself either, but I don't want to dampen my strings down at all. So there we go. I've got a nice fretboard ready to rock and roll. All right. And we'll plug that in and we'll play this one. We're not going to use it in Variax mode. We're just going to use it in traditional electric guitar mode. And this guitar on its own, even if you weren't going to use it for what it can possibly do, what it's made to do with all the Variax controls, it's a great guitar on its own. It's worth it just for the guitar. It plays so good. Okay, so we'll play something kind of really cool here. See what we got for a tone. It's a very inviting neck, very inviting. More along the lines, the radius would be more along the lines of that Kramer that I was playing earlier. Kind of a skinny profile. I like Timothy's comment. Some of us just, yeah, I got you. So once again, Lizard Spit, fresh and easy. Look them up at lizardspit.com. I'm not endorsed by them. They don't pay me to say this stuff. They send me some free product. But I recommend it highly. So that's as honest a testimonial as you'll get. I'm not paid to say that. I'm not even endorsed by them. I recommend it. So there you go. Honest review. Metalhead Hippies here. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. So what can we play here? We could possibly do, let's go over to silence here. And I know we're getting way past my beautiful Sandra Lee's bedtime here. She can hang in there. I'll try to get through these other couple guitars. All right. So, you know what? We'll try this. We will play In the Sun. See how that goes. All right. Here goes. Good luck. seeing Sandra's getting some hibiscus seeds or something in the chat. Fantastic. She is a green thumb. She's going to love that. All right, so we're going to go through two last guitars here real fast. We're saving something very cool for the end. I know Brad Miller will appreciate it. Let's mute the helix for a second. And I'm working up a sweat here, and it does not smell pretty down here. Thank God we don't have smell-o-vision yet for you guys. All right, so we're going to grab another guitar. So that was the Line 6 Shuriken SR250 Variax guitar. It's a workhorse, fantastic. I didn't even use it to its full potential. I just used it as a normal electric guitar. But I am going to be grabbing Variax in a moment, and I am going to use it in Variax technology. And speaking of which, while I go grab the next guitar, I'm going to grab my Variax cable, which I'm going to need. And it goes way back to that helix, way back there. So I'll go have to get that cable. One sec. Okay, so two last guitars. This one here, you see me play this one a lot. This one is very, very special to me. In many ways, should be and technically is, and I'll go on the record to say it is my number one guitar. It's been through basically the equivalent of a war and back, blood, sweat, and tears, and all kinds of other things spilt on this guitar. Yeah, people think I have a roasted maple neck, but it's not. It's just a lot of sweat. Look at that. It looks like a roasted neck, doesn't it? Love this guitar to death. And I changed the Floyd Rose. Gary Kramer gave me a black German Floyd when I was at his house. Junior and I went to stay at his house for 3 or 4 days back in 2018. Beautiful estate ranch. And we interviewed him there and everything for our Kramer Corner show. And he gave me a Floyd Rose. It's been sitting on the shelf for the longest time. I thought, you know what? Let's take off the PV Ping, which is a phenomenal Floyd Rose. PV's Floyd Rose that came on all of their Wolfgangs was just as good as any Floyd out there. But you know, when you have the real deal, why not pop it on? And I did kind of the reverse, bold black Floyd Rose when I put the stainless steel hardware in there. And it kind of gives a nice little look to it. So we're going to play this one tonight, and we'll play a song called Thank You, Guitar Man 45. Yeah, the neck, right? Fruitcake Tony's here. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. And yeah, it looks totally roasted. 1997-ish, is that what it is? Patent pending. Love this guitar. This was the first one into Canada, which was really nice. So never, ever, ever let this guitar go. I let a lot of guitars go, but this one, it'll be over my dead body. It won't go. You know, the funny thing is, recording the Silence album, which you heard me playing, that's the song just a moment ago from Silence, when we were doing the demos for that in a different recording studio than the one we originally recorded on, the guitar was leaning up against a wall. And it fell over on its neck on a small carpet, like with no under padding. So just a small carpet, thin carpet, almost like a fake grass, fake turf type stuff with cement right under it. And it dented a lot of my frets, but it hasn't affected the performance. And I haven't to this day. I mean, it's nothing horrible. I don't really get any buzz anywhere. A purist would change the frets, but I just love this guitar in its condition that it is now. I don't want to change a thing on it. So even with those dents on the frets, it remains the way it is. I love it. Okay, so we're going to play a clean song here for a second. And for this one, we need to get the equivalent of a Leslie. So I've got a harmonic tremolo here. It's a song called Fly. This Friday, we'll be flying off into the Gillivers. Talking to Better Call Saul, 2020 Emmy Award nominee writer, Gordon Smith. All right, here we go. All right. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving the mix in the headphones. Okay. Here we go.
your every and get this world away. Locked inside my cover where no one else can see. The forces pull together, suspicious minds can be.
I love that. I love that little Leslie sound, right? So what we'll do here is, okay, we got time for 2 more songs. So I think we'll put this guitar down. We're going to grab that Variax that we're talking about. So let's mute this. And so this whole time too, I've been playing in half-step down tuning. All right, that's because that's my favorite place to be. I'm going to grab the Variax guitar, which is going to be tuned to 440. And if Brad Miller's still here, I know he'll like this. And I'm going to kind of show you what you can do with it. One momento. So for those of you that have been here the entire evening, you've seen me go through a range of different guitars, all different styles, different body types, compositions, things of that nature. This is the second Line 6 guitar I'm playing this evening. This is the JTV89F, which stands for Floyd Rose. It's hard to see here, but it's a dual humbucker type. And it also has a licensed Floyd by Graph Tech, and it has piezo pickups, piezo, tomato, pickups in it. Now for this guitar, I need to use what looks like a network cable. It's called the VDI, Variax Digital Interface, I guess how they call it. So that's to take advantage of how I'm using it with Helix. So if I combine this guitar with Helix, I can do anything just with my feet. I can tune it to like all kinds of crazy stuff. And one of the songs I'm going to play for you in a moment, I even put an acoustic guitar preset in there. Okay, thank you, Metalhead Hippie. Very, very nice. I won't say what you did exactly, but I want to say thank you, okay? Just in case you don't want me to say. Thank you. You're a true friend. Thank you very much. Your support is amazing. Okay, so now I'm going to need to switch presets. I was on a preset called, hey, this is ones that are available for sale, the HX Trifecta. That was on HX Trifecta guitar. I'm switching over to Variax now, and I guess I'm muted. Let's find out why we're, let's see here. All right, let's go back to here. Okay, so this song I'm going to play here in a moment. Actually, I'm going to play it after this song because I don't want to spoil it. But at least I'll show you what I got with the presets. So on this preset, like I was just playing a moment ago, I had the clean, as you're hearing now. I had a dirty preset. Snapshot, I should say. And then I've got lead. And now I've even got a fourth one. I can go into acoustic guitar. nice acoustic guitar. Okay, this one's for Brad Miller. And for those of you that are Van Halen fans, this has nothing to do with Van Halen, but this has a lot to do. I mean, you could use this in context with the passing of Eddie. You know, we think our heroes and our parents and people like that are going to be around forever. They're immortal, right? We think that, and it's so far from the truth. You know, we lost Eddie, and this is a song called "Pass You By." And it's, you know, once you kind of know the context of this song, maybe it'll hit you different, more emotionally. But don't let your life pass you by, man. We're all getting older. We're seeing a lot of our celebrities. Alex Trebek passed away the other day. You know, so I mean, that's just one. The loss of Eddie. And people say, oh, it's been a horrible year. Well, it's been a horrible year, but it's not just the year's fault. We're all getting much older, right? And I guess what the moral of the story is with this song is, you know, don't let your life pass you by. If you're 95 years old right now and you look back and you had a beautiful life, where you can channel that and remember it. You got your grandkids and great grandkids and great great grandkids. Or if you're a young one and watching the show here and you got a big future ahead of you, just don't let it pass you by, and enjoy every minute, enjoy every day like it's your last, because it could be, especially with all the sickness that's out there. Okay, so we're gonna play this song here, and we're gonna jump over to a real rocker in just a moment. A couple more super chats came in. There's one from Thomas Maynard saying, play a Strat. I'll see if I can demonstrate a couple sounds on that. Thank you, Thomas. And Brad says, thank you. Thanks, love you guys. That's just for you, Brad, and especially for you today, being an ex-service member. Thank you very, very much for your service. And anybody else here that may be a service member, thank you. And thank your families for everything they've done for these freedoms that we can sit here on YouTube and play guitar for a while, right? Thank you. So the guitars, I'm on a Les Paul sound right now, which, it's hard to tell on a clean sound, but so there's Spank. So that's it. And there's different models of the Strat. Each pickup position is a different model of the guitar. So you can go into what else we got here? Hang on a second. You know what? Well, I've got a bypass. That's why. You know why? Hang on a second. Let's go over here to the acoustic guitar. Now we're talking. So there's your Les Paul. And the back pickup. Second Les Paul. 1 second. Try to find. Acoustic. I must have it bypassed for my selector. I'm not giving it the best. There's a resonator. Kind of neat. I've got it bypassed for some reason. Anyways, that's cool stuff. So we're gonna do one last song here. Let's go back. Let's get out of the preset and come back to it just so I make sure I've got it right on. All right, this is the last song for the evening. And this one's going to utilize that acoustic preset. Shouldn't say preset. Keep saying preset. Snapshot. I have 4 snapshots in this preset. Clean, rhythm, lead, and acoustic. Okay, song called Loaded Gun. This isn't it, I'm just noodling. I'll play this just for a second. I want to show you this. This is a song I've been writing since like 1988, before the 90s. It's a song called Dreams, and I will finish this song. I love this. It kind of goes like this. Where it used to go, and I've changed it in the past 5 years, it used to go like this. You get the idea. So I took that little riff here here's what I've done with it now. So I go, let's see if I got this right. Do something like this to go. I totally messed it up. But that's the idea. So we got off topic. Let's get into Loaded Gun. All right. Never go off top. No, never go off script, Eric. All right, here we go. This is fun. Lots of wah pedal in this one. And that will conclude our guitar session for the evening. 90 minutes. This is my workout. I think I played 90 minutes this morning and I got another 90 tonight. So can I take tomorrow off? No, I'm not going to take tomorrow off of playing just because I did a double session today. Never take the day off. If you're doing really good the day before, play even harder the next day. So thank you so very much. It's a lot of fun. I promise to get back on here more often and do guitar stuff. I'll try to do it every Wednesday night if I can possibly do that. And then we're going to be getting some more musical guests over on Rock Shop Live as well too. As I mentioned at the top of the show, we're going to get Katie Cole back from Smashing Pumpkins and solo artist as well. Get her schedule something before Christmas. Have some fun, some holiday cheer. We could all use some of that. And hey, there's my son. He's of course he pops in. Whose Variax is that? Okay, you tell me, buddy. Look at the color. Okay, that's blood red. Yours is black. It's back on the stand. His Variax is that one right underneath the E, under EVH. That's his Variax. But that was his Music Man copy there at the top of the show. Can you see it anywhere? It's over there somewhere. So it's nice to see you, buddy. Thank you for lending me your headphones tonight. My son's the great musician. Tonight when YouTube was down, he says, you want to listen to me do some composing? So he's up in his room. I'm down here, and he called me on Skype. He's sharing his screen, and he's making some new songs. And the kid's a genius. I wish I had half the talent that he has. It was fun listening to him. I thought, you know what? If YouTube doesn't come back on, we'll just hang out and do some of his stuff. And then it came back on, and he hung out with his friends. So everyone wins. Karina, thank you. Zach Thong, thank you, everybody. Don Campbell, nice. I appreciate all the kind words. Zach Thong says later, and Dr. Eric and Nocturnal Butterfly. So we're going to be live over. If anyone here that's joining in for the first time in a long time, and they don't know about a new show that I do, it's on Friday nights called Inside the Gilliverse. And if you're a fan of Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul or El Camino, speaking of El Camino, I got to get this open right away. I've got two of these. One was sent for me to keep, and one was sent for a giveaway. I've got the El Camino double LP soundtrack. I can't wait to open this up. It's beautiful, beautiful artwork on inside and out. Even the vinyl is all colored vinyl. So anyways, I'll be giving one of those away right away. But anyways, the show is Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, El Camino. And we talk to a lot of the cast and crew, writers, his cinematographers, all that kind of stuff, actors. Vince Gilligan himself has even been on. So that's on Friday night. This Friday, we have writer Gordon Smith, he was a production assistant, writer's assistant, back for Breaking Bad for many episodes. And then now one of the, very popular, some of the most popular episodes in Better Call Saul. He's written 10 episodes, I believe. I think that's about right. And some of the very, very good ones, especially the season 5 this past season with Bagman. It's kind of the start of the end of Jimmy McGill going into Saul Goodman. And we'll be talking to him. So we're looking forward to that. It's this Friday right here on the channel. And if you are a fan and you haven't seen any of this stuff, go back. I have a playlist on the channel with everybody from, A to B on the show. It's fantastic. Thanks so much, everybody. There's been some super chats. I appreciate that. It does help. It certainly does help in these times. They're not necessary, but they are appreciated. You are all appreciated. I'm assuming probably Sandra has put in the link earlier throughout the show, but we have channel membership here, and you notice there's some people in the chat, they have this little icon beside their names, like Karina's one, and we have a few others. I didn't see everybody else that was popping in. There might have been some more as well too, and I can't scroll back far enough. But it's a membership you can join here. You get special things like special live streams just for you. There's other perks as well too, and also once in a while, we did this the other day. It was kind of fun. We did a Zoom party, private Zoom party off air. And we just hung out and got to know each other. And if people are, spread out around the world, it was nice to know what they do for a living and where they live and stuff like that. So it's a big, happy family, and happy to have you part of it. So we'll see you Friday night. It's Wednesday. We're almost through to the weekend. Be safe out there, please. There are some numbers going up in places, a lot of places. I know it's getting bad over in the States. Here in Canada, we can't say that we're doing great either. We were, and we're not now. So over in our people just to the west of us, they're going back to a code red situation, closing down the bars and restaurants and things like that as well too. So we got to get through this together. It's a long haul. We all want to go out and have fun, but we'll all have fun when it's safe, right? Be careful out there, everyone. See you Friday night, and be safe. Love you all so very, very much. This has been an absolute blast. See you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.